Rush Duel is a fast-paced spin-off game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you can summon as many monsters as you want and draw up to 5 cards each turn. In this series, me and the TheDrAlex progress through each Rush Duel product release and build decks with whatever cards were available at that time. We have been drafting characters from the Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's anime and have exclusive access to those characters' boss monsters, and will continue to draft characters from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush series. Join us as we continue to battle it out in this series, Rush Duel Character Draft. Axel Road of the Attack was released May 31st, 2025, and includes support for a wide variety of different decks, as well as introducing the new Tamabot cards and the brand new Ritual deck, Plasmatic Models. Since I already have all of the spellcasters, I will receive Majesty of Seven's Road, Road Apostle Slinger, Road Apostle Magus, Dark Magician the Dragon Knight, and Sword Supporter of the Celestial Saint. Since I have all the plants, I will also receive Etrains the Sprinting Shadowflower Ninja, Reincarnation the Shadowflower Ninja, and Maker Etrains the Shadowflower Fiery Flower Beauty. Since I have all the machines, I will receive King Tamabot, Tamatank Mark II, and Tamabot King Golem. And finally, I will receive Legend Lineage Saber, Super Cervical Dragon Elas Morta, Cyber Surveillance Dragon, Demolition Twin Princesses Haute de Chassis, and Dedicated Protorion. Since Alex drafted all of the Thunder monsters, he will receive Plasmatic Model Rising Lenoir, Plasmatic Model Rising Listella, and Plasmatic Model Rising Blau. Since Alex has all of the dragons, he will receive Wicked Dragon Knight of Darkness, Lightwave Grand Dragon, Violet Scale Enhanced Blast Dragon, and Tamabot Boost Dragon. And finally, Alex will receive RP Lady 3 and 1. So this is the deck we're bringing to today's game. This is Plants, and Plants have got some pretty cool new tools, but I don't know if those tools are going to be good enough to really make this deck super competitive. But this is our brand new boss monster, Maker Etrains the Shadowflower Fiery Flower Beauty, which is a bit of a mouthful. Continuous effect, face-up monsters on your field gain 500 attack, cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. This is a good effect, but it's still just a level 8 monster, and a lot of cards now move your cards without sending them to the graveyard. They'll put it back to your hand, or they'll put it back to the top of your deck, which is a bit frustrating, so this effect doesn't do everything we really like it to do. We did get a new main deck boss in Etrains the Sprinting Shadowflower Ninja. This card's pretty cool. It's Etrains one of the graveyard. Send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. This card's name becomes Etrains, and then if you activate this effect during the main phase that you normal or special summoned it, you can add 2 Earth Attribute Plant type normal monsters from your graveyard to your hand. So we could grab back Fusion Material, we could grab back Tribute Fodder, or we could grab back cards to use for Gatling's effect, which is kind of nice. We've also decided to try and supplement this with like a Pleiage package, because like this deck really lacks in good mill options and good ways to kind of fill the graveyard, and this deck really needs to fill the graveyard. We need to get Fusion into rotation. We need our boss monsters into rotation. Ideally, we want an Etrains the Flower Restrictor in rotation so that we can combo off all of our plays and go into our big Fusion monsters. Now, this deck still doesn't look that special. We're hoping it does okay, but if in game 1 it looks really, really dire, we can just bring in a lot of these really strong trap cards, kind of neglect the combo potential of the deck, and just go for a more control style game, because we might have to, because this deck does seem kind of slow. But let's fire into the game and see what Alex has got for us. So last time we played Seven's Road versus Plasmatic Models, which was quite explosive games. All 3 of the games were over quite quickly in quite a short number of turns, but I think that does sort of just show the pace of the game increasing, especially if we're not playing like all of the traps to try and slow the game down. But this week we have a few more options. Now, from this set, I believe the only new stuff that you have to work with is going to be like dragon stuff, and like 1 Harpy card, and like maybe like a few little bits and bobs here and there, but they're not really bosses or anything. I've got a lot more options, but I think you also have a lot of stuff that you didn't use from last set as well. So I'm going to guess you're going to be on dragons, because I know that you really, really like your dragons. Have you got any idea what you think I'm going to be on?
Let's go Cyber Dragon.
Cyber Dragon, okay, with the new Cyber Search Fusion. Okay. Well, let's fire on in, and then we can see what we're both on. I'm going to go with this. Ooh. Ooh. Ah.
Hey.
Okay.
Come on, set.
Set 5 pass. Okay, pretty strong open. Let's start out with my Legend Card Trooper. We'll go ahead and use its effect. And we will be sending it to the graveyard to draw another card. Okay, so what did we get in the graveyard? Nothing, like, super useful.
Oh, Shadow Flowers.
I'll go ahead and activate my Star of the Beginning. So I'll pay 500, send the top 2 cards, and I can add a card back. So we're going to go ahead and grab back this Lindo. My graveyard isn't really set up for anything yet. So I think the play is just going to be a quite disappointing set 5. And then we'll pass.
Okay. Let's get it.
Okay, this is probably literally as bad as it could get for me. Okay, we are on the dragons. You hit my double ship. All things considered, the ships weren't doing anything, so might be fine. As long as I don't just brick on high levels.
You and you.
Okay. Progress comes down.
Dauntless. And add Burst Fusion.
Okay. You got to set your graveyard up perfectly. Mine is still very much not. Okay. Red Boot. Oh, Darkness Drake. So we're going for the Darkness Fusion. Now, what was this one's bonus effect? This effect seems very mediocre. Like, considering it's like the super evil version, it's like usually they're really good. This one's like, eh? Like, I was waiting for it to have like piercing or something.
Oh, maybe we'll just do it.
Okay, nice bit of burn.
Little burn.
Well, we know what one of the back row is at least. You hit my Planting Pixie. I will start by flipping up my Justiciar of the Dragon Stream. And let's see if we can rip apart some of this back row. I think I'm okay for you to be back in the deck. So I'll go ahead and hit this one. Okay. That gives me at least a little bit of information. I'm going to go ahead and tribute 2 monsters. And I'm going to summon out Etrains, the Shadow Flower. So we're going to activate Etrains' effect here. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this card. And then I can bring back my Etrains, the Sprinting Shadow Flower Ninja. So this is a new card. Its name is Etrains while it's in the graveyard. Send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. This turn, its name becomes Etrains. And if I activate it during the main phase, I normal or special summoned it, I can add up to 2 Earth attribute plant type normal monsters from my graveyard to my hand. So I'm going to go ahead and activate this effect. So now I'm going to grab back. I mean, does it matter if I take both? I don't know. Just take these 2 back for now. Then I'm going to go ahead and activate Fusion. I'm going to combine my 2 monsters together to create my Make It Etrains, the Shadow Flower Venus. I'm going to activate Make It Etrains' effect. So I'm going to bring back Etrains, the Shadow Flower Restrictor. So this is Etrains while it's in the graveyard. Place a plant from my graveyard on the bottom of my deck. This card's name becomes the name of 1 plant type monster in my graveyard this turn, and then I can also set a fusion from my graveyard to my spell and trap card zone. So I'm going to activate the effect. I don't know if this is like going to be the correct play. But first off, I have to pick a card to send back. So we're going to send back probably Planting Pixie. I'm going to make this card's name become Etrains. And I'm going to set the fusion. Then I'm going to summon out my Himawari, the Shadow Flower Eraser. We're going to activate our fusion again. I'm going to go ahead and combine these 2 together into my brand new boss monster, Make It Etrains, the Shadow Flower Fiery Flower Beauty. And I don't know why it has flower in the name twice, but it does. So, continuous effect. Face-up monsters on my field give 500 attack. Cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. And then I think, to fill in the last gap, I'm just going to summon out another vanilla. We will then go to battle. and we will attempt to clear over this.
Okay.
Okay. Which one's this? Fusion summon a monster that lists Blue Fang or Red Boost as material rush must be graveyard into the deck. If it may phase. If it activates during your turn, your opponent special summon. Okay.
What's last life?
Okay. Well, I will attempt to clear this, since your back row should be a fusion spell if I've been keeping track correctly. And we'll swing with this, and then we'll pass. I think there was a better play I could have made, but I wanted to get out the new guy. And also, this is a stronger end board, because I can't be popped by effects.
Yeah, totally. That's good. Furniture.
Okay.
Boost one. Yeah, sure. I'll grab it back. Boost fusion.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Okay. Bluetooth burst. Booster wyvern.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, just always burn. Always a little bit of burn. And then we're gonna use our fusion spell, I would assume.
Or contact fuse it.
I can't even remember what his contact fusion is.
Or I can get the bonus. Yeah, I can get the bonus effect from burst fusion.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at the very least won't get popped. So that's something.
Set 2 back row.
Okay. Now, you should have killed the fiery beauty. Nothing bad would have happened, I swear. I'm going to normal summon. It trains the Shadow Flower Restrictor. We're going to activate its effect. And then I can put a card back into the deck. We'll put that one back. Its name is then going to become Trains. And I can set Fusion.
Mm-hmm.
Then I can activate Fusion. And we can make a second. I mean, how much damage is this? This is 4,000. I can't actually get 1,400 damage. And I don't want to leave a wimp on the board, so I'm going to set. Go to battle. I'm going to attempt to clear. Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Thing. It's just a game.
Yeah. Couldn't beat Legend Trap, unfortunately. So, I had Justice CR in hand, and I was going to pop the one, the negate attack. But it would have left you on 700 life. So it was like, I think it just wouldn't have mattered. The big issue I had here was just a real lack of just putting attack points on the... I mean, obviously, I couldn't deal with the Legend. Well, I could deal with the Legend, but then it would have put me in a really awkward position. Yeah, my first impression of this deck is it's not very good. But we'll see how it goes in the other games. We'll see how it goes in the other games. Right, we will go first, and hopefully not break. Okay. I will set 1, set 2, and then I'm going to set 2 more and pass.
Okay.
Okay.
Ship.
The old ship.
Ship.
Okay. It seems pretty good so far.
Oh, damn it. Pass.
Alright. Let's see what we can find. Summon out my Lindo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm then going to go ahead and tribute 2. And summon out my Sprinting Shadowflower Ninja. Activate its effect, so its name becomes a Trains. We mill 3. And then I can add back 2 monsters from the grave back to my hand. I will go ahead and summon out my Hiwamari. Then I'm going to tribute 2. And summon out a Trains.
Mm-hmm.
Following that, I'm going to just summon out my Lindo, set another back row, go to battle. I'll attempt to clear with Lindo. Okay. Now that is mildly annoying, isn't it? Because I can't really react to this.
Oh, yeah.
Then...
You'd have to have set something.
Alright, I'm going to attack into it with this. And then I'm going to pass.
Okay.
Alright, we will go ahead and stop Light Wave, I think, with New Start.
Okay.
I'd love to draw a new hand. Look at that. Lovely.
We will set, activate, enhance boost.
Okay.
This probably. Go to battle.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let's see if we can make something happen. Let's go with Graceful Charity. Okie dokie. Probably going to do these. Then I'm going to go ahead and normal summon Card Trooper. We'll activate its effect. And then I'll send it to the grave to draw a card. Then we're going to go ahead and summon out my Justicia. We're going to activate its effect. So we need you. Yeah. So I'll go ahead and destroy this one. Then I'm going to tribute 2 monsters to summon out my Etrains the Shadowflower Ninja. Following that, we will activate Sprinting's effect. We'll mill 3. I will grab back this and this. Summon out my Eraser. Activate Fusion. Combine them together into my Mighty Beauty. Alright, we're going to go ahead and summon out my Justicia. We're going to activate Justicia's effect. We're going to put back just the Justicia. We'll hit this one this time. Set another back row. And then we're going to summon out the Lindo. We'll go to battle. We'll attempt to clear over this.
Yep.
We'll attempt to clear over this. And then we'll get for 18. Okay. Could have been worse. Could have been better.
Like that.
Okay. This is looking alright for me at the moment. Activate Justicia again. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Go for this one. Okay. Probably not the good one, but we're going to tribute 2. We're going to summon forth Etrains. We'll activate its effect. And I will grab this back to my hand. Then I'm going to go ahead and summon. Go to battle. We will swing. And this is only 58. And then
Okay, 300 life points.
What do I even have? Yes. I'm going to activate New Start.
Oh. Let's go Light Wave.
So this is gonna mess me up. Mills 2. My guys lose 15. Yeah. I still can't be popped by anything, so it doesn't really matter. They're going to gain their attack back in the battle phase. Who are you? Hello.
Dripping Wyvern.
Top 2 cards of your deck. And this face-up card from your field to the graveyard, special summon a blue fang or red boot from your hand. Your field defense position. I think I don't let you do this, so I'm going to bedazzle. I'm just going to flip it down.
That's fine. Rebeldrick.
Okay. I mean, you had basically 4 cards that I needed to stop. I couldn't stop all of them. Okay.
Oh, I don't. Fusion. I needed that. Stripping Wyvern to go off.
Aha, then my trap was good.
Let's burn you.
Why'd you always have to burn me?
Face up monsters can't be destroyed by card effects.
Alright, well, my hand doesn't do a ton, so we're not gonna do a bunch of weird shit. I guess we'll activate this, because filling the graveyard is generally good.
Oh, wait, enough life points.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you got a trap, so I was just gonna play it out properly, but I'm pretty sure this is lethal.
Yeah, if I had some more life points, I could have flash memory fusion.
Yeah, that trap seems pretty... It's a weird one. I think that trap is pretty good sometimes, and other times will be really mid. I mean, like here, it's really mid, right? But it's a very specific situation. Let's see what happens in game 3.
I'll go first.
Okay.
And yikes. You and you.
Mm-hmm.
Set. 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 Pass.
Okay, so it's probably a boss in the hand. We've chosen not to summon it. Everything I have requires graveyard setup, and we do not have a setup graveyard, so... I think this is probably the play. And then we'll pass.
Okay. Let's go negative.
Okay. Okay. Red Boot Boost Dragon comes down. Wyvern as well. I'm sure that means we have a fusion.
Unfortunately not.
Okay. Just a second red boot. They're going to be fighting each other for sending cards back to the deck.
We'll just go battle.
Okay. Got my Planting Pixie that wants me to have fusion in the graveyard. And we got Gekka who wants me to have a normal monster in the graveyard. So
Okay.
this is not a good hand. Can we do anything with this hand? I don't. One saving grace I have is you're not really doing anything yet. So, like, maybe it doesn't matter that I'm not doing anything yet. We'll set, and set. And then we'll pass.
Okay.
Is that Striped Wyvern?
Stripping Wyvern.
He's
no.
useless against my face down cards.
Yeah, I need Hell Tuning Invasion. Duel Links.
So now you can make the new big guy, right? If you want
Yes.
to.
We'll make it using the red fusion? Probably.
Okay. Continuous effect. During your turn, this card gains attack equal to the attack of the face-up monster with the highest original attack on your opponent's. So what you're telling me is this doesn't have an effect right now.
Yep.
I mean, when my guys get flipped when you attack them, you will temporarily gain a load of attack, assuming they have attack. But without piercing or anything, this is still not too threatening. Wyvern.
Booster.
Do we care? Care. You're gonna get burned, and you're going to use again. Don't think that matters. Ow.
Finish. Stripping.
Okay.
Then we fuse.
Mm-hmm.
Go to your graveyard. And
My graveyard's got nothing in it, mate. It does not matter. You can mess with it all you want. It is nowhere near set up.
Okay. There we go.
Okay, well you've done 3,700 burn damage so far.
To top it off, drop a Rush Dragon.
Okay. Got my trains. Got Himawari. We got another Himawari. Okay. Alright, we'll summon out Card Trooper. I'm gonna activate the effect. I'm gonna send it and draw. Really, we're not drawing good cards today, are we? Okay, we will go Ship of 7, send 1 and draw. Alright, we're gonna go Ship of 7. We're gonna set 3 and we're gonna pass because we're not finding any boss monsters.
Battle.
I mean, on the plus side, like, you haven't really done anything so far. It's my own deck that's, like, messing me up at the moment.
Yep.
I feel like you're irrelevant. Like, my life points will hit 0 from the silly bird. But, like, the reason I'm losing is because my own deck is not playing ball. Alright, let's go Justiciar. We're going to activate Justiciar. We're going to put back Justiciar. We're going to pop this one. Then we'll summon out Gekka, activate Gekka. I'm going to bring back Lindo. Then I'm going to tribute both and summon out Trains. Followed by summoning 2 normal monsters and tributing both of them to summon out Trains again. Then we're going to activate Fusion, which gets me into Make It a Trains. We can activate Make It a Trains. I can only really bring back regular Trains. We don't really have a say in that. So we'll bring back regular Trains. We'll go to battle. We'll attempt to clear this. We'll clear this. And then I'm going to surrender because you're hovering. The game is over. I'm not going to sit here and watch you spin plates. Yeah, this was a bit of a disappointing game 3. This was kind of a non-game. Like, this is one of those games where I'd consider this, like, you play this on ladder, you're just like, this was a non-game, just go next, right? Yeah, this was a bit disappointing. Like, you messing with my graveyard did end up mattering, like, a little bit, but overall, it's just that I didn't have a boss in hand, so I just kept drawing hands of nothing that I couldn't do anything with, which was, like, it was a little bit frustrating, but, like, other than that, it was fine. The real sad thing is I feel like your deck didn't actually do anything.
Yeah,
like, if
vitally missing piercing.
Yeah, if I just set 3, all you can do is burn me for, like, little bits over the course of, like, 10 turns, and I'm like, I mean, I've got all the time in the world to find the pieces, we just never found the pieces. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. Even if I had managed to have the graveyard set up, it's still not easy to, like, deal with this board. Because, like, getting rid of a 35 for my deck basically means I have to go into, like, a Gatling fusion, which, like, isn't the end of the world, but we're only playing 1 Gatling, because Gatling is not a card you want to draw, you just want to kind of mill it. The takeaway from my deck is it's a deck that has just received support in the middle of 2025. In a meta where we have such ridiculous powerhouses like Harpies, like
Animagica?
yeah, Harpies, Animagica, We've got like rituals being this like really strong option. And when you're releasing cards that are just kind of this mid into a time like that, you can't help but be like, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Like, these cards aren't, like, inherently bad, but the deck itself is, like, just missing stuff. Like, the deck doesn't really have a really strong dedicated miller. Like, Alpress is probably the closest you have to, like, the dedicated miller. You don't really have really good dedicated shufflers. The boss monsters don't do enough. There's, like, a lot of hoops you have to jump through, and it's one of the decks that's still using fusion and doesn't have its own dedicated fusion. Where, at this point, most decks have, like, you know, you just get a fusion that fuses from the graveyard, or you have a extra fusion which can fuse from your hand, so you can like circumvent a lot of the issues. And then a lot of the decks that also have bosses that are like double tribute that you have to use for fusion material, you have more ways to alleviate getting them onto the field a bit easier. Whereas this deck is like you have to just kind of mill them with like you're not really that many dedicated millers and get them back with something like a trains. Or you just have to like hard tribute summon them out, which just feels really awkward. The only real good way to circumvent that is Pixie. But Pixie is so awkward because Pixie like cheats a monster out, but then you're left with this like 800 attack guy on the board. So you want to tribute it off,
Yeah.
but then if you're tributing it, then what's the point in special summoning the other one from your hand? It's very specific. It's very hyper specific in how you have to like use it. And I think that's what I would describe. This deck is clunky. I think that's what plants really have kind of holding them back. As for your deck, it's, I don't know, it's a weird one. I feel like your new boss monster is like, he's neat, but like for combining 2 level 7s together, I can't help but feel he's a little bit underwhelming.
Yeah, and it's only during your turn as a fact. It's disappointing.
Yeah, it's just a 3500 vanilla a lot of the time, who occasionally is going to be like a 6k guy, and it's going to be like a really sick anime moment when that happens, but like, is it going to win the game a lot of the time? I'm not sure. I actually think some of the other support cards that you have are more interesting. I don't even know if they were from the set, but like Rebuild Drake, Dragonic Progress, you had the Striping Wyvern, all of those cards seemed like... No, these are the cool cards. This is like the meat. These are like these cards plus us. They give us a lot of consistency.
Yeah, traps from the latest box. I think Rebuild was from the last box. But yeah, no, we're getting some nice support. Just, I'd like some fusion, piercing that isn't weird.
Yeah, I think it's kind of the takeaway is getting all this new stuff is cool, but from a like meta perspective, how the heck is either of these decks supposed to compete with like the current top dogs realistically?
Yeah.
It just feels like we're both playing like, I don't know, these feel like tier 4 decks. Like I don't even think these are like top 3 tiers, to be honest. But these decks are still like strong in their own right. They're just, like we say, they're both really clunky. They both have these like very obvious flaws. And I think it did make for an interesting matchup. It's just a shame that game 3 went the way it did, right?
Mm-hmm.
But thank you for the games, buddy, and GG.
GG.